Well, we're closing in on Election Day, and as part of our commitment to you, we have invited each congressional candidate to come in and answer your questions to help you decide who you're going to vote for. So joining us tonight is Congresswoman Donna Edwards. She is the incumbent Democrat in District 4. Thank you so much for coming in to talk with us.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Got a couple questions for you. Earlier this month, the president has said that he's going to delay a pledge to act unilaterally on immigration. We all know that that has been a hot button issue until after the November elections. And how do you feel about this? Would you favor that, or would you prefer the president move the decision right into Congress so we can get acted on it right away?
Well, of course, you know, Congress is not in session now, and I think what the president has said is let's take it out of the electoral environment, and after the election, he would do what he can through executive authority. Now, I think he believes, and I believe, that there's only so much that he can do under executive authority on immigration, and it's really quite unfortunate because we've had an immigration bill that actually passed in the Senate by an overwhelming bipartisan majority, has been sitting in the House waiting for action for more than a year and a half. And so I think, you know, our Republican leadership in the House could have brought this bill forward, passed it out of the House. It's already got 200 people co-sponsoring it, including myself, and it would have passed. We only needed another 18 votes to do that, and unfortunately the Republican leadership did not bring that bill to the floor, and so the president has said, well, in the absence of congressional action, this is what I'm going to do. And we're waiting to hear the kinds of things that he can do. He realizes that he cannot do comprehensive immigration reform by executive action, but I think he's going to take the actions that legitimately, you know, either through the Department of Justice or the Department of Homeland Security, they advise him that he could do within his authority.
Mm-hmm. Jobs, definitely something that's on the minds of a lot of people. The White House basically says that they've done a great job creating more than 9 million jobs, but you still have about 100 million people not working. Now, if re-elected, what would you do to change this?
Well, the 100 million is a little bit of an exaggeration. That includes people over 65. It includes 16 and 17-year-olds, people who are in college. And so the fact is there probably are about 20 million people who are still not working. Look, the president started out when he became president with a huge unemployment up to 10%. Unemployment is down at 5.9%. People are really looking for jobs now in the economy. About 10 million jobs, in fact, have been created, but we need to do more. How can we do that? We can do it by passing a comprehensive transportation and infrastructure bill, reinvesting in our roads and our bridges, all of our infrastructure, the red line here in Baltimore, and that would create actually hundreds of thousands of jobs all across the country. $1 billion of investment, 35,000 jobs throughout the economy. And so we know how to do this, but we can't do it when we have some of our colleagues, my Republican colleagues in the Congress, who decided it would be better to shut down government that cost our economy about $24 billion, a lot of jobs here in the great state of Maryland. And so you can't do those things and grow the economy. The president has done what he can up until now, but we've got to do a lot more to create jobs.
We were talking before we started here. I can't imagine how difficult it is to get things done. Some of the most recent polls talk about a 13% approval rating of Congress. Obviously, that is not good. If reelected, what would you do to kind of cross the aisle so the voter still kind of connects with the people that they elect?
Well, it's a good question. I'll do the kinds of things that I have been doing. For example, I sit on our Science and Technology Committee. It's a committee that oversees NASA. NASA's big business for Maryland. I think 17 out of the top 25 aerospace companies are based in Maryland. And so I worked with my Republican colleague after things had fallen apart on partisan lines. We sat down, we had a cup of coffee, we worked out the issues. We took the bill through our committee onto the floor and only lost 2 votes doing that, passing it out of the House. That is the way that you get work done. I don't get everything I want and somebody else doesn't get everything they want. It's called a compromise.
All right, so it sounds like some work is being done.
Well, I think so.
Okay.
I like to think so. And I really appreciate the job and the trust that the people of the 4th Congressional District have placed in me, and I look forward to continuing doing that.
All right, Donna Edwards, District 4.
Thank you
very much, incumbent candidate. We will be right back after a break. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you.